Hello everybody, my name is Rick from Blood Yokai Studios. I've been the editor for several years now on Blood Yokai Studios, and we get a lot of requests on how we edit our series, and I'm not the only editor on the series, but I have been here for a while, for a couple of years now, and this is my method of editing for Abridging, which is a series that I'm starting with this one, where I will look into what we do, what I do for editing, and what helps anyone that is looking to aspire to become an editor to start out with. So, first things first, we're going to go into the basics this episode, and that is basically audio synchronization and lip syncing, the very basics of lip syncing. So I already have a little bit started because I tried recording earlier and it didn't work out, but it doesn't matter. Basically, this is the line of dialogue that I will be using, and you might get a kick out of this if you want to.
Snake, about cardboard boxes. It feels kind of weird me explaining this stuff to you.
So the line of audio is from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And it's perfect to just try this out. You guys can pick any audio if you want to experiment on how to edit. Or if you were looking to start your own Abridged series, you can go ahead and get started right after watching this. So basically, first things first we need is, at the episode, have your source and everything you need. I've already picked out mine, and that is, the first line of dialogue is...
Snake, about cardboard boxes.
So, once we have that, we just need to look at what we need. I'm gonna have Skune as Miller on this one, so we need to find a perfect shot of him. It doesn't matter when. Also, don't worry about continuity. You can actually pick out a scene of Skune from the end of the episode and use it for your beginning clip. It does not matter in terms of editing. Continuity does not matter. So, let's see. I used the line of dialogue from here, and, oops, that's the still image. From here, where Skune speaks abruptly right here. And, what I did is, this is the trick that you all need to know. When you find your line of dialogue, and make sure your character is talking during this part, he doesn't actually have to be talking, but that's for another episode entirely. For now, find one where he is talking, like this one, and make sure you get a screenshot right here, save snapshot to file, of his mouth completely closed. So once you do that, once you hit that button, it will save it right here in your project media. So what you need to do after this is actually very simple, and this is the trick to every single anime that exists. Everyone does this in terms of lip flaps. Make sure you get the lip flap where his mouth starts off halfway open. Now this one is completely open. There we go, that's one. That is a mouth completely open, and that is a mouth halfway open. And that's what we need. So once we have that, make sure you cut that out, and you end it with his mouth open. That creates 2 frames of lip movement. Make sure you don't end it with his mouth closed. It has to be just those 2 frames. Now, select copy and paste, or right click, copy, whatever you want to do. I usually just hit control copy, much easier. And what you want to do is you drag the screenshot that you did. Make sure you have 3 visual video tracks right here. You go to the very bottom one, which is the first one right here, the lower video track, and you paste in the screenshot of his mouth closed. This does, when you do that, it should look like this with your audio.
Snake, about cardboard boxes.
So as you can see, his mouth isn't moving at all, but we're gonna get to that. So once you have that ready, go ahead and go to the second video track and paste in the lip movement that you had, and that is this one. So I've already did it, but let's go ahead and do it again, just to show you guys how I did it. So as you can see, this line of dialogue...
Snake.
Yes, it's on repeat.
Snake.
So, it starts off a little bit right here. So what you want to do is paste it right here. But as you can see, what the problem is, sometimes the visual track will be either longer or shorter than it needs to be. So the trick to doing that is extending it a little bit if you want to. And you can also paste another one right next to it, as long as you remember that the end one has to be on reverse. So what I mean by that is, go to the last one, right click, and hit reverse. This will make it sound much more authentic and look much more professional.
Snake, snake, snake.
Let's reduce it a little bit.
Snake, snake, snake.
And that's there you go for the first one. Now for the second one, I already have that one all set and done. But this is where it gets tricky. And this is actually a trick that you all should be doing, because sometimes there's a little bit of flickering going on in the backgrounds and stuff. So the problem with this scene was that Tsukune's eyes were moving a lot. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm going to go ahead and redo this portion right here. Just redo it completely. Let me go ahead and save one. Let me just reset it before I fixed everything. So go ahead and hit delete on that. So basically, as you can see, if you paste this part, Tsukune's eyes are flickering way too much.
It feels kind.
And that's not what we want. Especially not for that. But there is a way to fix this. Make sure you select the visual track. Make sure you aligned it perfectly with the audio. One thing I forgot to mention is the audio waves are your key to figuring out where everything should go. It's really helpful, and you can do this by ear if you want to, but like I said, the audio waves are really helpful. So once you have that done, hit right click, or you can hit that box right here, which is pan and crop, and you want to go to mask. And when you go to mask, just make sure you zoom in a little bit close to the mouth area, and you want to hit anchor creation tool. Once you're done with that, all you have to do is highlight the area around the mouth. Now you don't have to be very specific, you don't have to get the borders and everything. As long as the skin tone is the correct color, you don't have to worry about that. When it comes to placing a lip flap on another lip flap with a different skin tone, that can be done, but that's for another episode. One thing I've done a lot in Rosario Vampire Abridged is actually a lot of Tsukune's lip flaps because of the episode. Sometimes he doesn't talk at all, so a lot of his lip syncs are actually lip flaps from, I believe, Yukari placed onto Tsukune. Fun fact if no one's noticed that. So once you have everything highlighted and selected, let me try that again. Yeah, make sure you select everything. Make sure it connects at the end. You know, blah blah blah. Connect the dots, and there you go. Once you have that, make sure just to hit right here, anywhere right here, and you'll be able to finally move the mouth wherever you want to. Let's just leave it where it is right now, but basically you can just put it on his eyeball if you want. Put it down here. It doesn't matter. It's a moving image too, so you can see the mouth will open and close. But we don't want that. Let's go ahead and restore that. And X out of that. We're ready for this. So all we have to do now is just place the audio.
It feels kind.
You can actually put it on a loop. It helps you when you're editing, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this without hearing it, just to see if I can get it done right quickly.
It feels kind.
Oh, and I forgot one thing I forgot to do was actually copy and paste the fixed visual track and glue it onto the other ones.
Feels kind.
like I said, just do this trick and reverse the end track if you want to. And I think that should be good.
It feels kind of weird me explaining this stuff. It feels kind of weird me explaining this stuff to you.
And that's actually it for this portion of the episode in terms of abridging. Next episode, we're going to go into a little bit of background movement and what we can do to avoid that, and also how to make sure everything looks nice and dandy according to the scene that you're using. And thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or concerns that I did not address in this episode, make sure to post it down in the comments. I'll be doing this series weekly if I can, if not monthly, but let's not get too crazy about that. But hopefully you guys like this series, and thanks for watching.
Snake, about cardboard boxes. It feels kind of weird me explaining this stuff to you, but there have been a few recent developments in cardboard box technology.
Go on.
You can do much more with a box than just hide under it. You can put it someplace and leave it there.
Huh?
You can get on top of it and use it to reach high places, or hide from the enemy in its shadow.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
And that's not all. I bet 2 people could fit under one box, if they packed in tight enough. They call them love boxes.
Damn. Is there anything a cardboard box can't do? Every soldier should have one.
Yeah, well, don't get too excited. This isn't exactly what they were made for.
What's this?
It's a cardboard tank. It's got enough room for 2 people. Same as any other cardboard box. Apparently the guy in front drives, and the guy in back is the gunner.
Hold on, Kaz. Who the hell came up with this thing?
I'm sorry, boss. He meant well, I swear. I know it's nowhere as good as a real tank, but still.
It's brilliant!
Huh?
Seriously, Kaz, I need to meet the guy who made this. I want to shake his hand.
You serious? Snake, look at it.
It's a masterpiece, in every sense of the word. You don't agree?
No,
What is that? A tank? I like it.
Boss?
I hate tanks, but this one I think I could get used to.
What?
Nice work, Kaz. I see I made the right choice making you second in command.
But is there something wrong with me?